As debate night approaches, a contrast in preparation. Former President Trump campaigning tonight in Philadelphia.
I think this is prepping. These people know better than anybody what they want.
And on the stump.
Nobody's going to be watching the debate on Thursday night, right? Nobody? Will anybody be watching?
Sources tell NBC News campaigning is his debate prep, along with some informal policy sessions with advisors and members of Congress, focusing on inflation and immigration.
How is debate prep going?
While President Biden is hunkered down at Camp David for intensive prep sessions led by former Chief of Staff Ron Klain that will include mock debates. Playing the part of Mr. Trump is former White House counsel Bob Bauer, who took on the same role back in 2020. The president looking to focus Thursday night's debate on abortion rights and what his campaign says is Trump's record of undermining democracy. Tonight, Trump saying his yet-to-be-named running mate will be at the debate and that he's made his choice but hasn't told anyone who it will be.
Have you decided who your vice president is?
Pick Tulsi!
In my mind, yeah.
Sources tell NBC News the focus has been on three top contenders, each with a history of being critical of Trump. Florida Senator Marco Rubio ran against Trump in 2016.
What we are dealing with here, my friends, is a con artist. He is a con artist.
Before entering politics, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance adamantly opposed Trump.
I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him.
And North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum briefly ran against Trump for this year's nomination.
Would you ever do business with Donald Trump?
I don't think so.
Why?
I just think that it's important that you're judged by the company you keep, and
You just wouldn't do business with him?
No, I wouldn't.
All three VP contenders are now loyal allies of the former president. Sources say the campaign wants a candidate who won't overshadow Mr. Trump, but also someone who could be the future of the Republican Party.
Dasha joins us now from a Trump rally in Philadelphia. Dasha, what have we learned about when Mr. Trump may announce his running mate?
Jose, the campaign is still deciding whether to announce before or after sentencing for his conviction last month. Sentencing is set for July 11th, just days before the Republican National Convention. Jose?
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.